everyone, and welcome to our Mabel Collection. Our Mabel Collection is absolutely gorgeous. You are going to love the detail in the flowers and in the birds. And there's a window scene with window boxes, and there's all kinds of stuff in here in order to make whether that's birthday cards, mini albums. If you look in this lower portion here at the Lil Bits, you'll see those squares with the birds on them and stuff like that. Can you imagine those either A, on your cards going down the one side, or B, inside your mini album as adornments and embellishments? It's just, it really is a beautiful kit, and we're going to get in to see every little bit and piece of it. But before we do, this is our bundled Mabel Collection for those of you that are new to us. When you purchase the bundled product, you get all 5 coordinated parts. So the FQB, the 2 paper pack, the Alpha, the Solids paper pack, and the Lil Bits additional embellishments pack. There are no duplicate items in here, so you don't have to worry about that. As well, you save 20%. The list price on it saves you 20% versus purchasing each item individually. So definitely a good deal, and when you see everything that's in it, you're going to definitely want that. So starts out with some banner strips. Again, great little elements in order to add color and texture, as well as Mary Fran's given you a label type blank label on the front. So if you wanted to use that as a belly band in a mini album, if you wanted to use that as a simple embellishment in order to put a date or a name or whatever in card making and scrapbook layouts, lots of uses for stuff like that. And there is one where she's actually inputted the words for you for beautiful friends. So Mary Fran's taken some of the hard work out if that works for you. The background papers. Look at how beautiful this is. Now stop and take a look at this for a second. Not only is it already a huge start to whether a card front, a cover for a mini album, or a scrapbook layout, because Mary Fran has also given you this blank tag in here. So all you do is add in what things that are the additional embellishments that you want to, whether it's photos or embellishments. And there you go, off to the races. How easy is that, right? Which is really quite nice when you get these background papers and you've got a few things that you can create quickly, whether you're pressed for time or, you know what, you just have one of those creative block days. Away you go. You can create easily. And once you get that creating going, you know how those creative juices flow. Then that way you can add so much more yourself. Here is the beautiful main backs of the paper where you can see those beautiful birds and floral clusters, the words in here. Like, how gorgeous is that, right? This is an amazing, amazing set of papers here, and in various colors, so that way whatever color palette you want to work with, or if you're making multiple items, you can have items that look and flow together but are not exactly identical, because that, you don't want to make the same thing over and over again. Great additional papers in here as well. Some of the stitch black patterns, things like that. The stripes. There's lots of papers to choose from, no matter which direction you want to go, or to have a kit that you're using again and again and again. So maybe this year you're using this big words back and you're placing on one, that very first one we saw that was kind of blank in the center, had the word tag at the bottom. Next year you want to use the birds and the flowers, if you're making something, or a couple of months from now, whatever, if it's another birthday, or it is, you're adding to your scrapbook page and scrapbook album that you're making for yourself or for someone else. There certainly is lots in here. So the embellishments start out with the butterflies, beautifully done with the veined butterflies and stuff. Very, very unique, not something that Mary Fran has done before, in several different colors, as well as poses, I guess is the right word, methods of flight, whatever you want to say. The buttons, again, really well adorned. Like, look at how well this button turned out. It has such great interest. So easy little things that you can pop in. There's always little areas that you think, I'd like to add just a little bit here, but I don't want something that's too much. I don't want to, make my project look crazy, but that's perfect things for that. Same thing with the circles. Almost a sticker-like with the white border around on the outside. Gives it a great look. There's the flower clusters, and there's several of them here with the birds in them. As you can see, it is a matter of choosing, do I want the bird in there? Do I want a butterfly in there? And what sort of way do I want this to flow? Does it flow from left to right? Does it flow from top to bottom? That kind of thing. So Mary Fran has really thought out everything here to make sure that you are going to have several options in order to create with. Here are the frames and some great gems, so you can add a little bit of sparkle. Let's elevate this a little bit. It is more of a stylish kit. Obviously, it's not cutesy or anything like that, so you're going to be using it for things like that, and we want you to have those options available. Hearts, which are just a nice shape, right? They add in a little bit of great shape to things. Journal cards. A friend is someone who knows the song in your heart and can sing it back to you when you have forgotten the words. So again, beautiful things that are already pre-done. You can see this as a card insert. You can see this in a mini album. You can see this as attaching to a scrapbook layout, adding a couple of photos. How beautiful is that? There are some blank ones, so that way you have full creative freedom with it, however you want to see it. Same thing with the journal pads and journal labels here. Whether you want to take that, print it off multiple times and make a journal pad for somebody, something that goes by their phone or whatever the case may be, or you want to use these as slide-ins for your mini album or a card insert, many uses for these. Obviously, really well done, different colors, different textures, everything is available to you, so creatively, you have lots of options. Here's some great blank labels. Again, there's always lots to say, whether you're including a name, a date, a place, a sentiment, happy birthday, best friend, or get well, or whatever it is. You always need these blanks. And if you're having some trouble, for those of you that are new, where you're like, well, I'd like to add in a font before I print it off or whatever, check out our how-to section here on our Nitwit Collections YouTube channel. We show you exactly how to do that in easy programs like Word or things like that. So those tools are available for you so that you can utilize these tags to the fullest. We also recognize that not everyone has English as their primary language, so we want to give those for everyone, as we do sell worldwide, and we have many customers who English is not their primary language. So we want to ensure that you have every available option in order to make all of your creations without the worry that it's only in English. Another great set of stamps, as you've seen the embellishments going by here. Here's a flower sticker, some label tags. Look at how beautiful this is. Just take a look at this for 1 second and think about what Mary Fran has done here. It almost looks like it's decoupaged already, but imagine printing this twice and then only on the second piece, only cut this center portion out, decoupage that onto there because of how the flower flows across both items. What a great piece. Like, that gives you all the interest you need on your card, your layout, your mini album. Like, there are so many options here. It's just unbelievable. There is a gorgeous availability of the window. Isn't that beautiful? You see the birds on there. You've got a window box. You got butterflies. What a beautiful scene in order to work with. There it is, unadorned, in case you didn't want all that stuff on there. So again, Mary Fran's giving you lots of options. There are some tags included in case that fits exactly what you were trying to say or the theme you were creating for. You have ones that you can easily pop in. Here as well are some little bit more elaborate tags, again, with phrases that may be something that works perfectly in what you were trying to create and what you're trying to convey in your project. So that's everything in the FQB. In our little bits, as I was mentioning earlier, here are those square elements, which would work equally as great on a card, as a layout, a mini album, all kinds of projects. Fabulous items, and 3 of them. So you can pair them together. You know how they always say everything goes better in odd numbers, that kind of stuff. So easily pair those together in order to create quite a little area of interest and beauty. Another beautiful bird with a flower cluster in here, and obviously pre-done labels for you. So that really is our Lil Bits is a great place to turn to when you first start creating. Do you have a pre-made label that works for you? Oh, great, I can pop this in. Now I can work backwards and say, okay, here's the colors in the label. It's more the greens and the darker colors. Okay, so now I know what colors I may want to use for backgrounds and things like that. You can kind of work backwards that way if you find something that already works for you in these labels and word tags. If not, again, you do have blank ones here in order to utilize and place right in very easily. Here's a couple of, as well, sticker elements. that are excellent starting points and excellent main elements for your layouts and cards. Great starting spot in the little bits. In the 2 paper pack, again, you have seen patterns that are familiar from the FQB, but not in these colors. Again, no duplicates. These are differently colored. So that way, if you were looking for this floral in a white, you didn't want a cream or a green or the black or whatever, you were looking for it in a white, here it is. You know, there it is in a red. So you have all the creative options available to you. You know, Mary Fran really goes over and above in order to make sure, like, look at that background paper. How gorgeous is that? You know, that's a complete thing. You add a word label in here or a photo, you are done. You know, there's a lot of that kind of stuff in here to make creating easy for you. Like I said before, if you're having creator block, you're having a little bit short on time, but you really want to create something special for somebody, there's a lot of things in here that Mary Fran has done in order to make it very simple to create for you. The solids are like digital cardstock. So again, you see the nice border around it. So it definitely is a paper that you could build. When you're feeling really creative, imagine putting in the floral clusters, maybe those 3 square elements from the little bits. You add in a word tag. There you go. You've got a card front. You've got a layout. You just add your photos then to it. You have full creative control to create whatever it is you want. But if not, you want the colored cardstock to properly back your other pages, your photos, your main elements. There it is. You have the color matched cardstock that you'd be looking for. Lastly is our alpha. Beautifully done. Again, kind of goes and within the feel of the kit. Very elegant, very adult, obviously. You know, it is, like I said before, it's not a cutesy kit. It's not anything like that. But this does give you some punctuation as well as an uppercase set of letters as well as numbers. So if you're doing names, dates, places, whatever it is, we want to make sure that you can spell that out, highlight it, really emphasize that in your cards and your layouts. Try using these if you haven't. Embellish them, decoupage them, whatever it is. These are fabulous items that add a little bit more to your already well done creations. So before I leave you here, I wanted to show you the layouts here. I just wanted to say, look at how well Mary Fran has done this. So as you remember, this was the very first background page we saw. There is that blank tag that Mary Fran added in some writing beforehand, and there is all the different items that she has used in there in order to create a beautiful layout. And it would make equally as great of a card. Same thing with this one. This one utilizes a little bit lighter or a little bit simpler patterns in here, but there's Mary Fran bringing the florals in with the ribbons, obviously the elements paired together, the individual embellishments. So excellent things to have if you want to, what they call scrap lift. So you basically copy what you see here. No harm in doing that at all. We all learn from somewhere. We all draw inspiration from somewhere. Feel free to go ahead and do that. And that is the reason that we do show you these things, is we want you to have some great inspiration. So that is our Mabel collection. I hope you love it as much as we do. This is rapidly becoming one of our favorites. It's just so fresh, so beautiful, so easy to create with. Before you dash off to get this for yourself, look right down in the bottom right of the screen here. You'll see our Knitwear Collections logo where you want to click on that to subscribe to our channel. It'll make you aware anytime we have new videos available. As well, give us the thumbs up on the video and let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you're going to create with it. Feel free to join our Knitwear Collections Neighborhood Facebook group, where we love to see people post their Knitwear Collections creations in there. It's a great place to share. It's a great place, a friendly atmosphere. So feel free to join in as well. Thanks once again for joining in, and I hope you enjoy creating with our Mabel Collection.